I'd like to give a radical response to Simon Candell. I do this from time to time if someone stops by and they leave me a question or want me to cover something. Hi, Radical. Please have a look at Nerdslayer. While I do like his content, this e-begging video was too much. Before subscribing to you, I would have accepted and ignored that Patreon begging video. But now I cannot see beyond it, and we need to put him back on the path. While he does have some okay tiers, it is still wrong. He uses an argument that YouTube is an unstable income, but what DH? Is Patreon then? He gives a lot of promises about what he will commit to deliver at each tier, but to me that's just museum-like talk. By using Kickstarter, like the Game Chasers, you at least get a contract, get your product, or your money-back guarantee. Is he going to send the Patreon money back if he does not deliver day one on the different tiers? Give him your radical treatment and invite him for a conversation and guidance. Otherwise, we will lose yet another good gaming YouTuber to the greed of Patreon. Well, you mentioned the Game Chasers Kickstarter, and I suppose you can look at it as saying, well, people are donating to something that actually is going to happen, but, well, it's still e-begging. It's a horrible example of e-begging, but I guess in that case, people might actually get a movie, they might get a product, I suppose, so, yeah. In this case, you got a person, and like I said, I don't know much about Nerdslayer. I've seen a couple videos. From what I can see, I've looked at some older ones. I saw the first one he did, talking about Knights of the Old Republic. Good video. No issues with his content. I think it's very good content, and it's very analytical. I could tell he spends some time on his content. It's not just one of these YouTubers out here playing show and tell like Metal Jesus with their video games. We actually have some good content here. But of course, your worry is what you say. We are going to lose yet another good gaming YouTuber to the greed of Patreon. Well, it's hard to actually see many gaming YouTubers that have not been lost to Patreon. Because a lot of these people, they don't see it as greedy. Me, I see it as what it is. It is greed. If you're going to come out here and you're going to say to people, just in general, hey, you know what? Instead of coming out here and instead of going out and getting a job or, providing a living for myself, because I upload YouTube videos, because ad revenue is just not enough. Ad revenue is just not enough. I need to make ends meet. I need to lean on my own audience. I need to hold my hand out and get money from you. Now, people will say, and people actually judge people a little differently depending on if they like them or not. People like Nerdslayer, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that many enemies. I'm sure he's beloved, from the content he does. But, as a fan of him, I'm assuming you're a longtime fan. I think he's only been on YouTube for a couple years. You're someone that you said you wouldn't have seen it before subscribing to me, seeing what it is. A lot of people just casually look over that. Here's a problem I have with this particular instance. For years, he created these videos without the need of a Patreon. He, like many others, when they get to a certain point, they go and they get their Patreon. And they make their promises, like you said. I saw that he had promises that he's going to extend his content out. He says he's going to start a production company of some sorts, So he's got big plans in mind. But the weird thing he said was production company. So he has a goal set. Let's see what his goal is here. His goal is set for $1,000 a month. He's reached about $300 of that. He has 80 patrons at $296 a month. So, yeah. I will say at least he's actually showing how much money he's making. Some of these YouTubers don't show how much money they're making. So, there's a point for transparency. And I go over to his tiers here. The dollar tiers, well, it says you use ad block. So if you use ad block, the idea is, well, I'm going to give him $1 because, people are using ad block, I suppose. Supporter, $5 a month. Okay, very general. You get access to podcast call-in where we invite a Discord Patreon member to the show, answer questions on air. That's kind of weird, I would say. I do that already. A lot of these Patreon tiers I already do. It's kind of weird. Huh? I don't ask anybody for money. $10, the Nerdslayer Noir Club. You become part of the Noir Club. This shows you really love my content because, well, you really love the content. Any of you out there that don't give him money, obviously that's saying like you all don't love my content. For the people that really love my content and me, you got to give me money. Let's see, eternally grateful. Yeah, previous rewards. You get a donor tag on Discord. Let's go over here to the $50 is a 1 hour consultory voice chat. Okay, that's something. So he's going to talk to you, for about an hour or something. Yeah, it's your general stuff over here on Patreon. I've seen a lot of this before. I don't really know what to tell you. Like, I don't see this, and I don't see somebody that I could, talk down from this. He's went and he's got his Patreon. So if you're asking me if I can somehow maybe give him my radical treatment and that's going to change his mind and opinion, I'm sorry, Simon, I don't think I can. Like this person, many people that start getting that sweet Patreon money, there's nothing I can say. What it would take is a lot of you actually probably leaving your comments there and letting me know how you feel. But here's a weird thing that I found out. Here's a weird thing that I noticed about that particular Patreon video. Let's take a look here. Okay, I got some comments I lifted from that video. Now, we mentioned the Game Chasers earlier. You mentioned the Game Chasers earlier in that comment, but I'll mention something that's very Game Chaser-like. Old cherry picker Nerdslayer. Look at here. We got 1 day, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 3 days. Am I to believe that this person who has over 123,000 subscribers just happens to get a handful of comments a day on a video? This video, I think, is almost at 4,000 views. And I've already, and I say this before, on my small little rinky-dink channel, I get barely 1,000 views on my videos, but, I can show you right there, I get a ton more comments, and I'm no Nerdslayer. So what this individual is doing right here is they are conveniently hiding all those comments. Okay, so let me get straight. He's got this Patreon begging video out here, right? Got a Patreon begging video, and he's cherry picking the comments. Let's read these comments here. Proud to support you on Patreon, sir. Looking forward to what you do. It'd be neat if I was part of it in some small way. Who knows what the future holds? Hey mate, really enjoy your videos. What do you think about Crowfall? What do you think about it? Would love to see a video. Skits are a very dangerous bet. There's a fine line between pliant and nostalgia critic. I'm all for the skits, but be mindful not to overdo them. Yeah, it's nothing negative. I don't see anything there like asking, hey, why are you going down this road to Patreon? Or anything negative to Patreon. I guarantee you, if you go to that video, you won't see any comments asking him why he's going towards Patreon. I would wager a guess that some of those dislikes on the video are people that probably are asking him that. Weird thing he does too, I've noticed this not just on this video, but other videos, is he does not talk to anyone in the comment section. Maybe he's shy. I'm not sure. He will actually give you a little heart if he likes your comments, see, but he doesn't talk to you in the comment section. So you got somebody out here uploading good content. He is uploading good content. I can't take that away from him. But, if the content gets maybe an A or something, then the way he handles everything else is a F-. First, switching over to Patreon, and then cherry picking the comments and not even really getting in his comment section. So, I don't know. It might bother some of his fans, but most of them probably, here's the sad thing, Simon, most of them probably it does not bother. At the end of the day, they don't care about things like that. They just care about, his videos. So that's the thing. Some of these people are beyond it. The idea is, hey, as long as you upload good videos to YouTube, any amount of e-begging is okay, and Patreon is the professional means of e-begging, It's not the tin cup. It's a professional means of e-beggery. So, yeah. Sadly, Simon, I really can't fix this one. What would you say here? Invite him for a conversation and guidance. Well, I left a comment there. Let's see if it shows up. Okay? Can all of you actually let me know if the comment I left him shows up? There was no cursing. Okay, I don't think I was rude in the comment, but let me know if this comment shows up. So that's my challenge to Nerdslayer. Okay? If I see my comment there, then we'll have a discussion. But probably he's just gonna, bat me aside like he would anybody, like he would all of you that have any legitimate questions about why he's switching over to Patreon. So good to him and his future production company or whatever else tier he wants, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to stop at the $1,000 a month. Yeah. And also in that video, if you watch it, he says, and a lot of people have had success on Patreon. So again, all these people, when they start their Patreon, they mention it like, well, other people are doing it. So it's not like, it's not like I'm out here doing something drastically different. The thing is, you got people out here like Simon that have followed you for a while and are shocked at you doing something like this. Because once you go down that road to Patreon, you're moving away from your fans. And you're looking at your fans as dollar signs, plain and simple. Oh, and I almost forgot. Here's a comment I left on Nerdslayer's video. Let me know if you see it on his channel. Am I to believe a channel with over 123,000 subscribers only has 50 comments on their latest video? Spoiler alert, I don't. Here you are holding out your hand, begging your fans for money, while at the same time silencing the ones of them who are not 100% behind your descent into e-beggery like Simon Kundal, who came to my channel not on board with this. Truly pathetic.